Hi again, Zach from Dirty Sexy Words, your friendly kinky bookseller. And right now I'm going to talk you through some stuff about picture books, kinky picture books. Now, the golden age of fetish picture books probably is over. There are now very few publishers taking on new collections of erotic photography. I think there may be one or two, but they're quite hard to track down. So when I have books for sale on my stall, they are usually pre-loved. The two biggest publishers in the field were always Goliath and Taschen. As far as I can see, they're still going, but they're doing like collector's items for £300 a pop, which is probably not what most of you are looking for. However, good books with lots of lovely naughty pictures in them do show up from time to time, and when I see them, I acquire them and find them new loving forever homes with you lot, which is always a good thing. Anyway, today, because obviously there's not going to be a chance for a while for you to come and visit my stall and have a browse through for yourself, I'm going to showcase some of the picture books that I currently have in stock. These are all available, and if you see something that you really have to have, drop me a line. The website is www.dirtysexywords.com, or you can find me on Twitter or on Facebook. Anyway, the first one I'm going to share with you is the fabulous Dita Von Teese, and most of you, I imagine, have heard of Dita, who is brilliant. She did this terrific double-sided book, Fetish, the Art of the Tease, and then you flip it and you've got Burlesque and the Art of the Tease. Anyway, I'm going to show you some of the pictures in this book, which got sticky labels in, so I don't inadvertently show you on camera a bum or something that YouTube doesn't want you to look at. So, let's see what we've got in here. Lovely Dita. Okay, so for those of you who like 50s glam, stockings, burlesque, there's Dita in her corset and stockings, peeling off her glove. I know there's a few glove fetishists out there. I've met one or two in my time. Gloves are great. And that is from the burlesque side of the book. There's a few more images here from the fetish side of the book, which, as I say, I'll just have to check that I'm not going to show you anything too naughty. More stockings. Dita and her stockings. She has got knickers on, I promise. That's showing the anatomy of a stocking. And we have one or two other things. That's nude. I'm not sharing this nude with you. It will not do any good. However, corsets. Now I'm going to put my hand on her bottom because she hasn't got any pants on in this photograph, but you can see the lovely corset. There you go. And another lovely corset there on the top of the page. And there is one more set from this book. Yeah, classic iconic image of Dita Von Teese in full fetish gear, and nothing in there to outrage anybody who stumbles on this clip accidentally, because she is completely covered from head to foot. Well, you can't see her feet in this, but you can imagine that she's got a marvellous pair of high heel boots on, because she would have, wouldn't she? Okay, that's Dita. Put her down. The next one is it's a more unusual one. I hadn't seen this one before. Some things come in fairly regularly. Classic titles would be that Dita one. Eric Kroll's Fetish Girls, which I see quite a lot of. Sometimes the Torture Garden photo books, which show off some amazing stuff in terms of costume design. Not just the fashion houses, but the individual people who go to TG often spent a lot of time and money on their outfits and did some fabulous things. Anyway, this here is Fetish. Is this a Taschen or a Goliath? One or the other. Anyway, what it's got is text in 4 different languages. And the title is the German spelling of fetish. It's not a typo. But there's a couple of pictures in here that you might like. As I say, again, nothing too indecent. Latex, handcuffs, latex, hood and mask. Lovely stuff. And what else have we got? There's yep, this lovely lady. I don't know who it is. Some of you might know. She looks a bit familiar to me, so she may be one of the seen faces from a while ago. If by any chance you are this lady and you are watching this, hello, you look smashing in these photographs. As you can see, you've got skin tight latex, long blonde hair, and heels, boots. Lovely. What else have we got? This is too much better. Oh, yes, for the real latex fan. And this, not all latex is skin tight. You sometimes get latex in this sort of draped flowing style and in all sorts of colours. And yeah, this set of shots, again, there are more shots in the set, but they're too rude. And yeah, this is a gorgeous colour of latex, and looks like it would be fun to wear. You get that lovely sticky rustling noise that you get with latex. And there's somebody in latex on the back. So yeah, that's this one. This is, you know, it does what it says on the tin book. Fetish latex girls. So that's what you get inside, which is a good thing. Now the next book up is one of the classics of the fetish scene. It was published about 20 years ago, around the time of the mega explosion of fetish in the UK post-internet. Changes all around, and it's this, Fetish by Tony Mitchell. Now this chap was involved in Skin 2 magazine for a long time, and while I think he did some photography, this is a collection of the work of several different photographers, and some of whom I remember from the club days, some of whom some of you will remember. And it's got quite a few stickies in it, this one, because there are a lot of good pictures in here that you might like to look at. So let me find you something to share with you. Where are we going? Stickies everywhere. Okay, we've got some more fabulous latex. The photographers are, well, the credit is Alexander Brattel and Stephen Cook. So it's possible that one's the photographer and one is the designer of the amazing latex wear. But that's pretty good stuff, isn't it? Shades of orange. A lot of work would have gone into that. And something else. No, this is, it's got bare bottoms in it. Oh, this one's got some fanny in it. Right, Jeremy Chaplin next up, another photographer who did a lot of pictures of latex wear, quite a lot of black and white as well. See, these are two very nice latex outfits here. And yep. And that's one of your classic. That's from Torture Garden. You see the sort of waspy outfit there, and there is no inadvertent nudity in there. It's a shoulder. And what is up next? There's a lot of stuff that had appeared in Skin 2 here, and next couple of shots by a photographer called Emma Dells Broughton, who also had a book out of her own, series of fetish photography, which is one of those that comes up occasionally, and I do stock it when I can get it. But here's a couple of pictures from her. That one looks to me like it was taken outside Torture Garden early in the morning, you know, coming home from a night out, still in your gear, just about. But it may not have been, of course, no. What else have we got? There are some lovely pictures in here, but I had to be very careful, as I say, to make sure that nothing was too shocking for YouTube. When you come and see me on the store, you can pick stuff up and look at it, and if you frighten yourself, that's your concern. Anyway, here's a couple of shots from a photographer called Doris Foster, another one who put out books of her own around the turn of the century, and which again come up in stock from time to time. That's a couple of nice corsety shots there. I don't think there was anything much else in this one that is suitable. Well, that's quite nice. Not so much Little Red Riding Hood, but again, everything that needs to be covered is covered. And then there's somebody, I think, channeling Magenta out of Rocky Horror here. And the photographer there is called Peru. And again, if you read Skin 2 at the time... Oh gosh, there's some Romaine Slocum in here. No, that's too rude. Okay. The next book that I have to show you is... Now, this is an interesting one. It's a Goliath. Again, one of those publishing houses that used to do these photographic collections, again with captions and information in several languages. We've got English, German, French, Italian, and Spanish, to guess. It's a language I don't speak. This is an interesting book, Pulp Fetish. There's a lot of latex wear and kinky activities. The costumes are quite a mix. It's got a load of different photo sets, which generally they're scenarios. So you start with the participants fully clothed, acting, striking poses with one another. Usually ends up with somebody being thoroughly spanked or tied up, or sexy stuff too. There's plenty going on in here. And of course, because it's very rude, I have been pretty careful about what images I can share with you here. But there is a fun one here. Again, I don't think... No, she's got a bra on. Right, this is a photo set where one bad girl is spraying graffiti on a wall, and along comes the police officer to reprimand and indeed dish out a punishment on the spot. Again, but that involves taking down the pants, and indeed there's some fun with the nightstick later. So yeah, some of these photographs are a little out of touch with modern sensibilities in terms of the costumes. I think you can guess for yourself what that might include, but it is a nice interesting book, all well shot, well lit, fun stories in there. There was another one in here that was clean enough to share with you. I got more graffiti. What's that? Fumble. Do excuse me. Can't get the staff to do the book opening for you these days. Oh, we've got a dandy highwayman. No, pirate. So everybody whose thing is pirates or highwaymen, this is actually a couple photo set with a male model in it, which you don't get that many of in the classic fetish books, unless they were aimed at the gay audience. But yeah, nice pirates. Right, the last book I've got, I can only show you the cover because I've gone right through this one and I couldn't find a single page in it that didn't have something full-on filthy startling in it. So this is a very, very rude book indeed. I mean, there's not that much kink as such. A lot of it is just naked bodies, but very naked bodies. It's very artistic, so it's all black and white and angles, and you can't quite be sure what we're looking at, but if I did show you some of the pages, then somebody would work out exactly what they were looking at and where it was going, and then we'd all be in trouble, and nobody needs trouble in times like these. I hope you've enjoyed this little showcase of the books, sort of thing I would normally be happy to let you do yourself when you stop by my stall, pick up the books, browse them. As I used to say, perhaps with a look to the future, I used to say you can touch the books as long as your hands are clean. So keep on washing those hands, and you can come and touch my books with your clean hands again someday soon. It's been lovely sharing some books with you. Hope you're staying safe, staying sane, hanging in there. This is Zach from Dirty Sexy Words, and hopefully I'll talk to you again sometime soon. Bye.